All right. All right. Let me react to this video. Adam22 explains why he closed his store on Melrose. I noticed that on my YouTube feed. So I'm going to watch it just because I can. And react to it because I can. Let's fucking do this. Ugh. Alright. Alright, so let me start with this. I like that intro, right? Okay, he has that in, I'm pretty sure, all his videos. But I do like that intro, and I like that, all that gear and stuff like that. Anyways, who cares? Let's go. Oh!
The store is closed. I want to talk about it. I want to make an official. And
fuck! The store is closed. Alright, let's continue.
Announcement. I want to talk about the fact that the store is closing. And this space. You're never going to see this space on video.
The last thing.
We're not gonna see this space again. I can't believe why wasn't I told this before?
Filmed in here.
Even though this spot, now we can reveal the location. We're approximately a mile and a half away. What?
Oh, I thought you were going to say
the
the
we're on
address.
live stream. You can't say yeah.
I'm not going to say the actual address.
Okay.
What? I want the actual address of the new place. I'm just kidding. I don't go. Oh, fuck. I just want lit videos, you know.
Approximately a mile and a half away on Santa Monica Boulevard. Haha.
Oh, now I'm going to have to search for it.
Nobody ever found us.
I'm joking.
No, a ton of people found us, but nobody ever like showed up acting weird or anything, which was nice.
Not unless I do. No, okay. No.
But anyway, everybody wants to know why
Did
the
anyone
shop.
ever come to the parking lot?
The parking lot? No, I never even had anybody. I mean, I've definitely like had people around here say, "Hey, Adam, how you doing?" or whatever, but nobody's ever like.
One time grabbing your Postmates, the Postmates guy was like, "Hey, can you tell Adam I said hi?" Or
yeah,
whatever?
mad times. The Postmates driver asked me for photos out here, and I'm just like, no.
Would you take a photo with me, though, Adam? That's a real question.
Anyway, okay. So the store. I just want to.
The store. I loved that. And look at those 2 water bottles in the background. See? Hydration is important. You know? Also, don't you notice right there that the 2 water bottles, neither of them have logos or labels on it? That's very unique and interesting, right? And let's take another step back. Do you see the No Jumper logo in the background? Do you see also the No Jumper sweatshirt he's wearing? He's going all out with that No Jumper like gear, you know what I mean? And then see that little logo right there on the corner, on the video, like literally on the video, that watermark. That's neat too. He's real dedicated with these logos and everything. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, do you see that guy's hair in the background? Does he have like red curly hair? I can't really tell if it's like red or if it's brown hair or what. That's pretty neat too. And like those glasses he's got are styling.
Lay this all out.
Styling.
Reasons why.
Stalin.
We're moving out of the store. Number one reason. Number one thing I want to get clear. The store is doing fine business-wise. The other day I was looking at the amount that we brought in revenue-wise with the store each
$1 million in 2 months.
year. Store is fine. Store is doing so much better right now than it ever was doing in the past. But we have problems at the store. The problems are, one, that construction next door is insanely bad. Like,
I hate whenever there's construction anywhere near me. Like, I don't like me, like in the sense that it's just annoying with traffic, with sound and everything like that. I've had jobs where they're doing construction in the building or whatever, and it's just like so annoying and hard to focus on work or whatever.
It's gonna be going on for at least a year.
An extra like year and a half.
Oh, that is a long time, and I'm not surprised it would take that long. There's lots of construction jobs. They take ridiculously long.
years. It's not some joking around construction. It's a fucking 3-story deep hole in the ground that they're going to be building a parking garage. I don't know how much noise there is right now there.
Oh.
Keep in mind we were doing the podcast there, but the amount of noise that is on the way as they actually build that,
Oh my God,
like
it's
they build the underground thing and the above ground shit. It's terrible.
Huh.
Damn, that's gonna be a nightmare for all
It
the
feels
people
like the
that's
store's not even
staying.
safe anymore, to be
No,
honest.
yeah, it's like
Uh-oh.
there were holes in the wall. They tore down the next door, and there was a hole in our wall. You could see through it.
You know what you could do with those holes in the wall, right? Oh, you already know.
That's insane.
I remember that.
Anyway, that's reason number one. Number two, that block was lit when we moved in there. There was like a bunch.
I love when people use the word lit. It's just so lit. It's like a word that's outdated, but I still use it. Some of my friends still use it. Adam still uses it. So, we all must be cool now, you know?
Bunch of cool stores, bunch of fucking restaurants, etc.
Mm.
They're all gone. There might be a
Oh.
few shops that are like kind of cool on that block, but
Yeah.
basically that block has just fallen off in general. To be totally honest, the lit part of Melrose is the other end,
No,
because on the
yeah.
other end you got Round 2, you got Brooklyn Projects. There's like a bunch of little boutiques and vintage shops and everything over on that end of Melrose. When we moved to Melrose, the whole block seemed lit. Now
Yeah.
it's like, damn, if we're gonna keep the shop going,
Well,
we
there's
should
a
do it on the other
15-minute
side.
Melrose
Yeah.
is constantly like that, though, where it's
Yeah.
constantly shifting
Literally.
shifting for popularity.
Yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
I mean, even now, there's like rumors that Supreme is leaving Fairfax.
Supreme.
Nobody really knows
Huh.
if
They've
that's
been saying
exactly
that
it.
for so long.
Yeah. they
Exactly.
have.
So, but think about that. If Supreme leaves
Fuck.
Fairfax
Ah!
fucked up.
True.
Fairfax is gonna lose its luster because all those brands
No,
that
I'm
want to be
missing the
Supreme are gonna probably end up
video.
leaving.
All the
Why
tourists,
is
where are
this
they gonna
not
go?
going?
They keep trying to fucking push this arts district in downtown. Or
No.
Right.
They're not
We'll see if
until
that
they
happens.
fix the homeless
Knock down
problem and
everything.
the-
All right, I'm back,
Yeah,
Adam.
I'm
There's
sorry.
nothing
As a
gonna happen
person
I
who's
miss?
like steadily
I miss everyone.
graduated from
Someone's gotta
downtown,
tell
like
me.
from that first store, it's like, no, I'm not going back downtown.
Yeah,
Please
fuck
don't make
downtown.
downtown cool again, because I can't go back down there on a daily basis.
put the
Like
volume
it's
up. I
I've
It's
can't
not
seen
just
too
down-
much.
It's not
Oh,
just
fuck, I
downtown
can't.
anymore. Like my parents,
Whatever.
they don't live that far away from right here, and they told my mom told me that the other day when she went through the laundry room, there was 3 homeless people taking showers in the laundry room in West Hollywood.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like the homeless problem is like getting ridiculous.
Right.
Like it's like
Okay.
literally insane.
That's unrelated to closing down the shop, though.
Okay,
But
true.
and then but I think those are honestly our 2 biggest reasons. I think that the other biggest
Air
reason too.
conditioner.
Well, the air conditioner. Well, that was the thing though.
That's
The air con-
always been a fucking issue.
but the air conditioner
So
broke
annoying.
in
See?
the summer, and
Yeah.
it was
See,
like
see, all these things they're complaining about are completely valid. I understand why they would close the store so far on Melrose. All right, let's continue.
intolerable. Like there are interviews that I'll go back and like listen to a little piece of it, and I can hear the fucking weird fan audio in the back, and I'm just like, yeah, it sounds terrible. But
and for safety reasons
yeah,
too.
safety. It just had become too much of a thing. If I was gonna have another operation where it was a store and then we're working out of the back, it would just
It
have
needs
to
be,
be
like, padlocked.
exactly. It would have to just be a different setup. It would just have to be like much more separation and like
Yeah.
you know.
Something I was just thinking about is that guy's hair in the background. I don't know who he is, but I wonder if his hair is natural or not. Did he dye it? I can't dye my hair because I am balding, so that would risk my hair falling out even more. Ha 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 ha.
You know, it's like I don't want to have fucking bunch of big security guards standing by the fucking door and shit. I just want to be able to like close the door, lock the door, preferably have it like upstairs. So I'm still like conscious of looking for different spaces like that. But
cold.
for the time being, we're also moving out of this space because this space. I mean, let's list off the complaints. You can't smoke weed. There's fucking Connie Chung clanking around up there with her heels.
Why does that have to be
leaks
Connie Chung?
Because in my head, it's a woman in a pantsuit. I don't know if it's true. An Asian woman in a pantsuit. I don't know if it's true, but that's
Yeah,
just
she's
in my
always
head.
clonking around up there. And
Water
then sometimes
leaks
she
through
brings
the
her
fucking
friends, and that's even worse.
That's true.
Listen, women be walking, and I'm just saying, she sounds Asian to me. The fact that so we can't smoke weed in here. Weird, this terrible noise, audio. I mean, it gets hot as fucking here. To be honest,
Yeah,
we
it's
haven't,
hot
even,
as fucking here.
haven't really addressed that so much.
Oh, it would only get hotter if I was there.
unfortunately. But this is the weird thing, is that we do have a warehouse in the valley that we've basically just been using as a warehouse up until now, but it has office space. So that's what we are doing right now, is we are moving the podcast space to the warehouse, and then we also have the office space that we're going to be able to work out of. I honestly don't think it's going to cramp our style that much, and in terms of getting there, it's going to be
It means we have to move
pretty easy.
twice though.
What?
Once to the warehouse, and then once again after you guys find another location.
But we don't know, because we're not sure, like, because like, to be honest, there was a space that we almost got in North Hollywood that was like a big like warehouse slash office slash studio space that we were gonna get. It would have been kind of a fucking headache, because it would have been like too much space, and it would have kind of stressed us out trying to fill that space with all the different things that we need. But it would have allowed us to like expand a lot and shit. So it would have been good in a way. But I mean, I'm totally okay with the fact that we didn't get that, because it's kind of got my head on like.
But to be honest, the warehouse has a lot of space as well. Like you could definitely fit a bunch of shit in there. As for green screen stuff, the podcast area, and even probably an office area.
It's going to be a little odd, just because we're going to be telling rappers to come to the warehouse, which is in the valley a bit more. Which that I think will be okay. It's not that far. But the fact that it's just a warehouse, and that they're going to show up and it's going to be like, oh shit, this is really like a fucking warehouse space, huh? It's like, we'll see how nice we're able to make it. I think it's going to be cool. We're going to be able to smoke weed in there. So
that's the best part.
big.
But a
What
lot
if
of
you make
studios
like
are like that.
their own section for the podcast stuff?
We're going to find a way. We'll make it look all right. But
With
then
the beautiful
Yeah, I
hallway
don't-
that leads into this.
But it is weird,
Red
because
carpet.
it's kind of like, you know, what if we saw a spot on Melrose like fucking next month or in like 2 months?
Right next to round two.
But the thing is too, is that it's like, I don't want to fucking driving downtown just to work every day, or not downtown, but driving to Melrose every day to work. It's a little hectic. And also, it's like, I don't want to be parking my fucking car outside just behind the shop on Melrose. I'm sorry, I just think I've gotten to a point in my life where that's not safe anymore. So it's kind of, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. Even if I had a dope spot on Melrose, I'm not sure that I would want to have us be working out of there 100%. I think I would probably get that like in addition to another space.
What's the vibe at the store and the surrounding area? Like, are there still kids that hang out outside and come by? Or
There's still some
I haven't-
stragglers,
I
but I'm
haven't
pretty
been
sure
there in a
it's
while.
kind of weak now.
Yeah.
I just remember how lit it was.
You can tell
in the beginning.
how busy it is based off how many card player guys there are out on the street trying to finesse people, and you don't see the card player guys
Who's a
anymore.
card player guy?
The guys who like
They do the 3-card Monty with the little ball in the
Yeah.
cup or whatever,
I
and you
haven't
get.
seen those guys.
Oh
Are they
yeah,
new?
they're like, no, they've been around for years, but they just are like straight con artists. And they
I have
just,
a vlog where Wiggy, Lil Peeps, music video filmer, loses like $500-$600 to them.
What?
Yeah.
How much is he betting?
Virgo Bands lost like
Jeez.
$500 to the dude too, and then the guy fucking just dipped off, and Virgo was so mad, and Virgo's like, I'm gonna go
They do a lot of that stuff in Europe.
back. I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna go keep playing. And we're
No.
like, the game is rigged, man. You can't get it back. He's just gonna scam you again.
Even if you win, that dude has 3-4 homies that are across the street, and they're gonna jump you and take their money back.
Why is there a phone on the ground? Whose phone is this?
Mine.
Wow, why was it on the ground?
It dropped, and I just let it stay there.
It's pretty rad.
No
of you.
fucks given.
What is this? Periwinkle?
Lavender.
Lavender. Somebody at home. Get that-
So-
Do you have that color book, the chart?
No,
Did you
I
guys
don't.
see the actual location of the house that Pop Smoke was in?
No.
It's
I
scary
didn't, and I
where
think
it
it's
is.
weird that people look at the address and look it up and see how far that they are from the house.
Well,
Like, why are you doing all that?
Dude, I grew up in like in West Hollywood, or whatever, because I came here when I was immigrating a long time ago.
I love how she says that, and the guy is literally doing that exact thing. That's funny.
But anyways, I know that area,
Yeah.
and that house where he's at is like
He's getting so excited about the place where Pot Smoke literally got murdered.
it's scary that something like that happened right over there. Like literally, that whole area is nothing but fucking millionaires, a bunch of like huge houses.
I just find that's kind of cringe. Getting so excited about a place where someone died. There's lots of places where people died near me. So, or got murdered or stuff like that. Like, what the hell?
That you would
But-
expect to have
but
like
those
security.
are the houses that people want to fucking rob.
It's
The chick who owned it was like some famous actress or whatever, and she was just Airbnb-ing it to Pop Smoke.
oh my fucking god.
Imagine
dude.
that you buy a house, you do
Oh, snap.
Airbnb, and then like take the fact that Pop Smoke got killed there in that
I don't know too much about the Pop Smoke situation, RIP, but yeah.
it's a tragedy. Think about just owning an Airbnb and then somebody just gets brutally murdered in it. That's got to be fucking like absolute worst
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
case scenario.
Bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've like
Maybe somebody burns it down would be worse.
some of those houses up there in the hills. You kind of start thinking like, if something were to happen up here, how long would it take for cops to come? It seems like the perfect place to commit a crime almost, because cops
Yeah.
don't be patrolling the Hollywood Hills. You know,
Because those crazy long hills going up
Exactly.
the mountains
It'll
are
take you
almost
30
impossible. Could you
Right.
imagine seeing a cop up there?
You're
Fuck
never- yeah,
no.
you're never gonna see
There's
it.
no fucking service up there for
and
half
some,
of it.
and some
Literally.
places will take you 30 minutes of like curvy roads to get to to a house.
It's scary as fuck driving up those roads, and just weird because you're like thinking a car is going to come
I
and
know.
hit you.
It's like there's only space for one fucking car, so you have to like pull over and.
And I mean,
crazy.
the
Yeah.
thing I wonder though is like, a lot of times when people get killed in cities, it feels like there's so many cameras and there's so many like potential ways that they could get your license plate that people are just able to figure it out pretty easily. I just wonder to what extent that's possible in the hills, because at the end of the day, if they have like a description of what the car was, and like there's only so many roads that lead up into the hills, it's like, is there a way that they're going to be able to like go back through the cameras and find out by looking at the cameras? I don't know. But if this murder goes unsolved for a long time, that's going to be some crazy ass shit, because like when Nipsey dies, it's like at least within a couple days we knew exactly how Nipsey died, so there's not really like room for people to get that crazy with the conspiracy theories. If they never figure it out with Pop Smoke, it's going to look crazy. It's going to be like the Tupac and Biggie shit.
It's definitely like the Biggie shit, because like Pop Smoke, how much content has he released so far? Not that much, and he's on the way up. Kind of like how
Just
Biggie
put
was.
out his first album.
That's what I'm saying. Biggie was in the same position, right? Just put out his first album or something
That's
like
true.
that.
Pac had like 10 albums out by the time he got killed. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. But dude, yeah, I saw the place where the house was, and it's
Is it really far up the hill?
no, it's like literally as soon as you make a turn into Laurel Canyon, it's like the first corner. It's like right there.
Laurel Canyon and what? Oh wait, you mean like off of Hollywood?
Like yeah, off of Hollywood, you make a turn into Laurel Canyon. Like one of the first roads to the right. It's like that house right there.
Holy shit, that's like a couple miles from my house. I had
That's
no
what-
idea it was that close.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Jesus
literally right
Christ.
there in Hollywood and Fairfax, or like where Fairfax turns into Laurel Canyon or whatever.
Then
it's
that
close.
sounds like they should have a lot of fucking cameras.
Yeah,
Watch it.
exactly.
It feels like it, right? But at the
That's
same time,
insane.
there's actually a lot of small streets in the hills where like if you know what you're doing, you can finesse your way around and like not be seen. To be honest.
I personally think that whoever the murderer was, I don't think they thought all that through, of like the cameras, blah blah this that. I feel a lot of murderers like that, like street gangs and stuff like that, and street violence. A lot of them don't think it out. But then there are other ones that do think it out a lot. But I think in this case though they didn't, and that they were just doing whatever they had to do or were gonna do or whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
the question is just what level of sophistication these dudes were moving at.
And where are they from and who are they?
I want to know what it was about so bad. Like R.I.P. Pop, because I honestly like got to hang out with him. Super cool guy. I was unbelievably like confident in where his career was going
Yeah.
forward. I want to know what the fuck makes somebody do that to you, because that shit's crazy. But people are reporting that he was canceling shows, that he
I saw
actually
that.
was worried about shit. I mean, he was doing this gangbanging thing, but I'm sitting here assuming that that's New York politics, and then you come to LA, and for the most part, that shit don't matter.
Donna's live was saying that it might be linked to the Lamborghini he stole that was in Los
No,
Angeles.
no, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
The Lamborghini was like it was an official dealership
Yeah.
or whatever, and they drove it across state lines because they didn't. I don't know. They didn't know that it was leased or something, and they reported to the cops. I doubt they're gonna report to the cops and then put a hit on him to kill
Yeah,
him.
dude,
It's not happening like
what's
that.
really crazy though is like before Pop's death is like I feel like a lot of people who lived in the hills and just like a lot of people in general didn't have that much anxiety level, but because of these four dudes, I feel like everyone is like on their toes now, thinking like, holy shit, anything can happen at any time, especially if you're like more.
Well, I was
affluent.
watching some YouTube videos and they're saying, I mean, this isn't the first. I mean, the first big case where someone gets murdered, but they rob the hills all the time.
They
And
robbed the hills, but this wasn't a robbery. When we were still open to the possibility that it was just a robbery,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was that freaked out, because like we all know, I mean, fucking YG and Draco the Ruler have made whole albums about going to people's houses in the hills and robbing them.
Invasion, yeah.
That's regular shit that we know that people do. If somebody had done that to Pop Smoke and Pop Smoke put up a fight and he got killed, we all understand it sucks, it's fucked up, but that is something that's pretty easy for us to wrap our heads around. The situation as has been laid out is completely different, because it looks like they just straight up murdered him.
Yeah, but do you think that people in the hills, these billionaires, should be scared that they're gonna get a hit on them? I don't think
Hell
so.
no, just don't join the Crips and you'll be all right, lady. But listen, this is the whole thing about it, is that now everybody who lives up in fucking Hollywood Hills, etc., since I kind of been part of this fucking homeowner community now, we all have this app, we all have these fucking cameras outside our house, and you can just look at the fucking, I don't have, I let Lana deal with it because she's the man of the house, but I want to get it at some point, and it basically just shows you,
The app,
it'll show
yeah.
you any movement, any activity in your front yard, and I mean, okay, Trisha Paytas was a
It's not a bad idea. One of my friends, he lives not too far away from me, but he lives in a worse part of my city than me. Yeah, like some guy was stealing stuff from my friend's backyard and also my friend's neighbor's backyard. So yeah, they're getting a camera. They're gonna catch this guy, because it's just like, why are you stealing? Stealing all these tools and bikes and whatever. So yeah, like security cams for houses or whatever, like they can help a lot with anything, and they're a lot more accessible than they used to be back in the day,
telling us that she just straight up has like seen guys just like walk into her front yard, go to her car, open up the doors, look through, go through all her shit, not
That's
find
so
anything, and then just
creepy.
walk out.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh my god, like we have a gate in front of our crib, so I think that's why we like don't have
with
a
that.
lot of issues like this. But at the same time, I mean, if we have a package in front of our house, like now the Amazon Prime driver or whatever, he's able to get in, like there's a special code so that we know if it's him using the code,
Yeah.
and that way he can bring our packages into the front door or whatever. But if we leave an Amazon package outside our house for like fucking an hour or two, like that shit is gone for sure.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
Even
Yeah.
wow.
It's crazy, honestly. Jumper.com. Like.
That is crazy. That's ridiculous. I hear about that a lot too, like in the bad parts of Massachusetts. I live in Massachusetts. Is that I heard from like friends and friends of friends and like other people that so many people nowadays are just taking packages off of people's porch. It's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that how people nowadays, also like back in the day, stealing always happened, but like how nowadays it's just like easier and just better to get a dash cam, just get a security camera for your house. It would be a lot more pleasant if we didn't have to live in a way, live our lives in paranoia. But then again, you choose whether or not to live your life in paranoia. It's all interesting.